Hey everybody, welcome to Winner The Mailman. But before we start talking to Maddie Seiler here, let's give a shout out to our new Winner The Mailman sponsor, Auto Wizard. You might be familiar with the Auto Wizard, located 2910 Red Barn Drive in Gering. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 5 p.m. and Friday, 7:30 to 4:30 p.m. for all your light truck and automotive repairs. As the mechanics at Auto Wizard like to say, get your vehicle fixed right the first time by calling them at 308-633-1191 to book your service. Now, let's sit down with Brianna and Maddie and talk a little bit about cross country.
So obviously you just won state for the second time in a row. So how are you feeling getting to become back-to-back?
It definitely was not easy. It's been a long process over the last 3 months, breaking my ankle and thinking that I was not actually going to have a season, and then coming back and doing this was definitely unexpected. My goal was just to be, top 10 at least, but knowing that I was in a position during the race to win it was kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It was amazing.
And obviously I talked to your coach last week when you won, and he told me that doctors told you originally 6 months before you can run again, and then you came back 45 days later. So what did you do?
They said, actually, I had my surgery, of course, and post-op 2 weeks, they said it looked amazing, because they were originally thinking, we'll have to, after you get your wrap off, we'll put it in a cast for another 2 weeks, and then you'll be in a boot, but they put me in a boot. So that was like, yay, I get to be in a boot instead of crutches for 2 more weeks. But after that, it was a long process of going to PT and trying to build my strength back up, and just running 1 mile, which was very hard, but still, it was exciting to do that.
The next question?
One thing I don't think people really understand is what you did have to overcome. There was a lot of buzz. I mean, I know your family pretty well. I know a lot of the people around you. There was a lot of buzz that Maddie wasn't probably going to be able to run, at least not at state championship pace this year. And I know you just explained it a little bit. How grueling was the process of getting over that broken ankle? I mean, I hurt my ankle horribly in April, and I was out for 3 months, and I'm still having problems with it. What did you have to do to get through this in order to run a state championship time?
Lots of tears were definitely shed, for sure. Lots of negative thoughts going through my head, but I really had to overcome that and take it one step at a time and look at the bigger picture that was kind of being shown, and it just was like just enjoying the process, enjoying everything I'm doing, and knowing that it's all going to be okay, and it's something great is going to come out of this. I was kind of looking at it like that.
So what exactly happened?
I was playing, we were kind of doing the summer league basketball thing in Scottsbluff, and it was raining, and there was a leak in the ceiling, and it was kind of like a freak accident.
Ouch.
And it slid on some water, and it hit the dry and just snapped.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yes.
That hurts me.
So I got some hardware in there right now.
That's amazing. Let's look back, at over your running career in general. I mean, you're
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. I knew that because my daughter's a junior with you. And I know that, the basketball and everything, and then obviously your running career, but I know that I'm going to kind of look at your parents right now. Your parents were both standout athletes growing up. Your mom, very much a standout volleyball player. So how does she feel about the running thing here when your mom and my sister-in-law actually played in high school together?
Oh.
And so, how was it with your mom, with Amy, about running instead of playing volleyball?
Well, 7th grade year, I ran cross country, loved it, but 8th grade year I did play volleyball, and I enjoyed it, but I think my heart was really set towards running, and my team is amazing. I love the girls. We're all family. We really are, and it just, I don't know, and the coaches are awesome. So
I know your dad's side of the family is big time runner.
Oh yeah.
There. So I mean that probably is what kind of tipped it.
Yeah, definitely. But both my parents have been very supportive about me running and just running in general.
And this is a family affair. Your brother got to go to state as well. So how is it being able to experience it together?
It's actually, I have loved, he was actually thinking about going out for football when I was kind of like, no, do cross country, you'll like it more. But I was like, I think he definitely has the runner genes, obviously, but he's enjoyed it. We both actually like to run together, just do some workouts, and it's so much fun, because I used to do that with Peyton, but now that he's gone, Nate's kind of like taken over that role.
It's hard to believe
do like 5
Nate's
a.m.
that
workouts.
old already.
Eventually you do like 5 a.m. workouts. Does he do those with you?
I've been trying to get him up. He's more of a wait till like he'd get ready for school in 20 minutes kind of kid, but
I don't know if you've ever met Nate.
Probably not. Probably not.
Just wait. You're gonna like this kid.
Okay.
But I guess one of the things that I'm looking at is cross country in the valley. Cross country in western Nebraska has always been very strong. I mean, it's always been it's been one of the strongest sports in this area. What do you think kind of entails why that is? I mean, why are the kids out here so good at it? I mean, ever since I was in high school, there's been state champions all over the western half of the state, and that's really awesome to see.
I think back in the West, the people from like Lincoln and Omaha don't really look at us as much as they would for people who like Class A schools, because there's no Class A schools in western Nebraska, and I think we kind of have something to prove, and we definitely proved it over the last several years about, yeah, we have some talent over here and we can't compete with the Class A kids.
Oh, definitely. I mean, these kids, I guarantee you if they ran against them, our kids would.
I kind of want to see it.
Well, I think they should do an all class,
Yeah.
state, kind of a state meet type thing, and let them run against each other. Talk a little bit about your coach and how involved he's been in not only your recovery, but getting you to where you needed to be in order to run that time.
I think the first time I told him, he was like, the first time after I told him that I needed surgery, he was like, nah, you're playing. No, you're not. You're joking. Because we always joke around, but I was like, no, I'm being serious. I think he was a little heartbroken, but he was like, okay, this happened. It sucks, but we got to get back to where we need you to be. And so that's, of course, it's been a long process, but he's definitely got me where I needed to be, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I know he was talking like, because I was kind of looking at this. I definitely was ready to race, probably by maybe Gering, but he kind of wanted to take it slower and not rush it, and I think that really helped running JV and Alliance and not running varsity first, and that kind of got me back in the groove. And he's really smart and knows when to push me and when to like hold back. But he's been an amazing coach through all of this.
I can see those kids at the JV meet going, "What's she doing here?"
No, I know. He's like, as soon as you won that, he's like, maybe I should have put her in the varsity race. I think you won by like a significant margin.
Yeah. It was definitely fun doing that and getting back into it. But it felt great, of course. Little pain, but just being back in that competitive atmosphere was awesome.
I mean, and I know the pain's going to be normal.
Yeah.
It's gonna be there for at least a little bit. But what was like the mind of your JV teammates who were running just alongside you? Did that help them at all?
I think they're definitely like, yeah, Maddie's back. Yeah, I think they've all been so supportive through this. Even my varsity teammates, definitely, they've just been like wanting to get me back, and they've just been there by my side. I remember from when I got back from surgery, they all wrote on my sidewalk with chalk, and I was very emotional because I was still on drugs, but I was just crying like crazy. But it's great to have a team like them.
Absolutely.
Did Nathan join that with the chalk?
No, he's not artistic.
Looking back at some of the runners around here, and I know you don't want to compare yourself with anybody, but you look back at the Aubrey Wardens and the Sarah Ansrud Vaughns, and how much, whether they've been any kind of role models to you. I mean, how much influence have they had? I mean, you're still a little young for Sarah and Aubrey both, but I'm sure you're aware of their
Oh, yeah.
of what they've accomplished here.
Yeah, they've definitely been some, like, I remember, I think it was when I was young, but I told the Aubrey Warden, I was like, I'm going to break all your records. And I was young, that was a long time ago. I mean, she's a phenomenal athlete, and so is Sarah. I have been kind of keeping up with them, and they're, I know that Sarah is a professional runner now, and it's been awesome, but they've definitely been some people I've looked up to, and I kind of want my name to be up there with them as people from Western Nebraska that we talk about.
Do you kind of stay in touch with them? Do you try to anyway, or do they?
I've kind of just tried to stay to myself, but like of course, like Aubrey congratulated me the other day, and it was awesome to see that, knowing that she was a crazy runner.
She was crazy.
Yeah.
She was extremely good runner,
Yeah.
and that kind of stems off what I was talking about the talent that's come out of this area.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some big shoes to fill, but you're definitely doing that right now, and I think that, as far as the cross country world goes, all eyes are on you, and now they're going to turn around and they're going to have to deal with you in basketball. I mean, this little point guard that runs around like a field mouse, and I've seen this, and so. Transitioning into basketball, does that kind of scare you with the ankle situation right now?
I'm actually kind of on the verge of, should I play? Should I risk getting hurt? But also, I'm competitive. I love to compete, and basketball is a very competitive sport, and it's really hard because, of course, there's always that, like, what if something happens? And because I remember my freshman year, I was out for more than half the season with a knee injury, and but I don't know. Whatever happens is going to happen.
It's that thing where you have to sit back and be like, well, do I want to run? Do I want to go for my three? Or play basketball, which I know you love. I mean, it runs big in your family. I know that your dad is very.
He's very intense. Oh yeah, he's very intense when it comes to basketball.
Yeah,
Sean.
Sean's very well, and your little brother. I mean, this kid, when he was 5 or 6 years old, was out there dribbling around all the big kids, and they were just in awe because he would just.
He's just always been a little stud.
Yeah,
he's basketball.
He's pretty good, but Brianna.
You think you're gonna go for that three-peat next year?
I would like to. I think actually, kind of looking at the season, state really was like. Of course, we were like, yes, we want to do well at state, but I'm actually right now training for Nike Cross Regionals, which is up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And it's a pretty flat course, very competitive atmosphere, so I'm hoping to run 18:30 or below. That's kind of my goal that I'm shooting for, so I can at least get a solid 8 weeks of training in.
So when is that taking place?
That is 3 weeks on a Sunday.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota in November. That's going to be interesting.
It's always, I went my freshman year, because they didn't have last year because of COVID, of course, but I think it was like the wind chill was like -10. It was so cold, but.
No, thank you.
Yeah. But it was crazy to see all the people that come out from everywhere, because people come from like Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, like all of the best runners really go there.
Any other big events like this you're looking at down the road? I know that high school track comes up in the spring, but is there any other of them that you're looking at to compete in?
I don't know if they have canceled this or not, but after regionals there's nationals, Nike nationals, but just kind of looking at getting in more races, and if I don't do basketball, just training hard all winter so I can be ready for track, which will get me into summer, which that base will get me into cross country. Who
have you been working with to kind of strengthen that thing up, Mike?
Mike and actually a family friend who is a personal kind of trainer, Isaac Holscher. He's at the warehouse.
Yeah, I know.
He's been a family friend for a long time, as long as I can remember actually, and he's just kind of been helping me build that strength back up, which has actually helped tremendously. Yeah, definitely. How about the boulder? Are you thinking about that? I don't know. I've kind of never really been able to, because I've had basketball, I've never really been able to have the opportunity to run in those, but actually me and my friend from McCook, she was a runner that ran a state, and she did well, but we were talking about just kind of doing like a half marathon in like January just to kind of get those miles up. But that would be fun. That's kind of something that I'm looking forward to.
Running me 90 feet as far as I run. I'm not a runner. I'll get from one base to the next.
Yeah, for
as
me
far
that's
as
60.
I'm going.
That's 60 feet for me.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I guess the last thing I have, and I don't know what else Brianna has, is what is in store for Maddie Seiler after high school. I know that it's a year away. You got a lot of thinking about, but I guarantee you, somebody as talented as you are is being wooed by colleges. And tell us about anything that has been popping up college-wise.
Well, I'm kind of looking at it like here. I've kind of talked to actually some athletes that ran in college, but they're saying that because I feel cross country and running in general is definitely different from like basketball or volleyball because you can slow down compared to like you can't really get worse at basketball. You can kind of stay average, but you either get better or you stay the same. But like I feel like for running, you can definitely slow down a lot. So, but I feel they're not gonna really. I was talking to some of them, and they said no one really commits. I've noticed until after their senior year of cross country, and I think it's because colleges kind of wait to see where they're at, and if they actually want to run in college. But right now, I definitely do want to run in college. I'm not sure where, but
I think take your time.
Yeah.
But is there a school that you like really want to go to that you've had in mind?
Of course, home state. I would like to go to the University of Nebraska and run there, but I'm not sure yet. It's just kind of like being open-minded and looking.
I know a guy that can show you around. He's not going to be on tonight's podcast, but no, I'm just kidding. Garrett, we're not going to get to talk to Garrett tonight because of other things that are going on, but Garrett Nelson. So, Brianna, do you have anything else for Maddie?
I don't. Do you?
No, she has. You've been excellent with us tonight. We appreciate it. We know you've got somewhere to be, and so we're going to try and wrap this thing up. And do you got any messages for our listeners and viewers?
Well, first, thank you for joining us,
Yes,
especially after Friday's state tournament, because I know you guys went for food after when I was trying to
Yeah.
I actually expected them to be at the football game. I expected Sean to get back.
We're trying to hustle back, but
I'm sure Mr. Seiler did not want to have to babysit the student section like he always does.
no, I do not think he likes that.
I don't think Mr. Seiler likes that too much. But hey, Sean, you never know. They're pretty good. I'll just let you know that now. But.
Everybody, thank you for joining us, and we'd like to close tonight's podcast again by giving some recognition to Auto Wizard, our Winner and the Mailman sponsor. So remember, at the Auto Wizard, you can get your vehicle fixed right the first time by booking your service at the business at 2910 Red Barn Drive in Gering. They are available to meet your light truck and automotive repair needs Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 5 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 to 4:30 p.m. Give them a call at 308-633-1191 today. And remember to check out Winner the Mailman each week at star-herald.com. Also, check out more sports coverage from the Star-Herald at star-herald.com or by grabbing our print edition. So that's it for this week. We will see you again next week.